Hello, I am Lisa, aka Cross by Floss, and I am so thrilled that you are here with me today to share our love of cross stitch. So today's video is going to have a finish. It is going to have some WIPS. It is going to have some haul. It is going to have some giveaways. It's going to have a Flosstuber shout out, and then I'm going to talk about a little something about a shop. So yeah, so today, welcome. If you are new because you have either seen my 2024 plans, my 2023 WIP parade, Nora November, Mira Monday, Mira May, whatever it is that brought you here, I am so happy you are here. And when you are a returning viewer, I am just so, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled, especially when there are so many Flosstubers to watch. And you know, you just make my heart happy, and being able to read the comments and interacting with the community, it makes me so happy. So and I hope that I, you know, make you happy a little bit in the videos and laugh a little and all the things, right? Because that's what life is supposed to be about. So all right, today is January 31st. It is the end of the month. I'm making a final video. I'm getting the video done. If you had watched my 2024 plans, I did mention in there that I wanted to do 2 videos a month. One would be a stitch with me, which would be more about the life blabbings and all of that kind of thing, and then the other video a month would be like my WIPs and finishes and haul and that kind of thing. So I did not make a stitch with me this month. We got sick. There's been a lot of sickies in our house, and Mr. G came down with it really bad. My youngest son came down with it really awfully. I didn't get it as bad, but I was just exhausted. I just laid in bed and didn't do much, and yeah, binge watched some other shows, and really the stitching was very, very minimal. I didn't leave my house often, and yeah, I really slept a lot, so excuse me. So anyway, I did not get the stitch with me done for January, but there will be one in February. I was actually really disappointed because I have it all kitted up. I am ready to go. I'm ready to go, but it just didn't happen. So anyways, I will have one. So okay, so let's first I'm going to do, let's do the finish first. Yeah, let's do the finish first. Guys, I have a finish. So I know that I mentioned in my last video that I just wanted to get this off my plate, and this was 4 and 20 Blackbirds by Karen Kluba, Rosewood Manor. And yeah, I was not enjoying this towards the end of stitching it. You know, and this is my fault. This is 100% my fault. I go and do like all the big things, right? Like the birds and the words and the tree. But then there's all of these like little bits of color that go in here, and it makes the pattern. It really does. It makes this so beautiful. But what was happening was there's only like a few stitches of a color, right? Like there's 2 stitches of one color in here and 8 stitches of another. And so there was a lot of like stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. And the other problem was that there wasn't enough that you could like even travel. And so yes, there was a lot of stopping and starting of color. And so for me, I was not enjoying it as much towards the end. Excuse me. I was not enjoying it towards the end because of that. And so happy it is done. All right, so how about we have a looky at it? So there it is. Yes. I am just so good about being able to show you my backs and not my fronts. Sometimes I get them mixed up, mainly because I'm blind without my glasses on. So, but there's always a glare, so I don't wear them. So there we go. It's done. I am so thrilled it is done. Now I have made some special, just some special spaces in here. There's a couple of like, I think it was this one. It's not exactly correct in here. I don't care. I don't care. At this point, I don't care. And maybe if I didn't point it out, you would not even have known. But I have a few special counting errors that have happened in here. But honestly, it's fine. I'm so thrilled it is done. And this was a piece I started a couple years ago. I don't even remember when, because I don't keep good notes. But I started this because it reminded me of my grandma. My grandma, when we would go every summer, my brother and I, and we would spend a few weeks in Ontario, Canada. And my grandma, you know, she used to sing nursery rhymes and she would read to us. And this is one that she would, you know, sing song, and it was just so fun. And it just is a great memory of my grandma. And so I'm thrilled it is done, and I'm going to take it to my favorite store to get framed, and yay. So that is my finish for January, and I'm thrilled about that. And because I did finish this, how about we do a giveaway? How about we do a giveaway? So if you are interested in this pattern, I will ship it anywhere, it's fine. If you are interested in this pattern, let's say bird, B-I-R-D. So bird in your comment somewhere, and in my next regular video, monthly video, I will draw a winner for that. So I'm so thrilled. Anyways, it's a beautiful pattern. I've not, you know, written on it. It has been opened quite a bit. So let's see. Oh no, you can still see the symbols just fine in the center. So, all right. Now I did onto my WIPS. I did participate in NYE 12x12, which is Kia B on Instagram, and what is her name on Flosstube? I'll link everything that I talk about down below. But Kia started NYE 12x12 a few years ago. And the premise is, I mean, again, you make it how you want. You know, there's no hard, fast rules. She makes some suggestions on how it could look and what she's going to do. And I don't remember what she was doing this year. Was it out of magazines? I think maybe. Anyways, I know that there were some people that were just picking a project and working 12 hours on it, or picking 2 projects in 6 hours each, or picking 6 WIPs and starting 6 new. You make it how you want it, right? So the thing is that on New Year's Eve day, at noon is when you start until midnight, which starts the new year. And so you pick, you know, NYE 12x12. And so I thought, well, I have done it in the past, and I enjoy it. My issue is that it's so hard for me to work an hour in something and not, you know, take some breaks and do some things and have everything kitted up and, you know, all the things. Organization, not really my thing. But I have done it in the past and I enjoy it. And so I thought this year I would do it again. And so I chose to do 12. Oh, what a glare. Okay. Yeah. If you've been with me for any length of time, you know it's a struggle. Lights are a struggle. So anyways, I received this in the red box that Nicola Parkman from Hands Across the Sea put out, and it was the Words of Wisdom red box. Wow. And so she did a red box last year for her birthday, and it had such great response, and so many people, me included, missed out on that box. And so when she announced that she was going to do another red box, I was like, I am not missing out on that one. And I am so glad I did not. I did do, I showed what was in it in my last video in December. So if you are interested in seeing what those exclusive patterns are, I don't know what she's going to release and when, but the patterns in the box, I believe, are at least exclusive for a year. And so in there was this little book, and it's called The Smalls, and there were 12 smalls. And they're not, I mean, they're like, what, 55 by 64 stitches. Like, they're small. This one is 88 by 52. They're small. And the nice thing about this is that Nicola had suggestions on the colors to do the patterns in, and what type of fabric, you know, that she used for the models, or her stitchers used for the models. But in here, she was very, you know, explicit. Make it your own, you know, make it the colors that you like to use. Switch it up. It's totally okay. And Flora, she had surgery, and so she's in her little playpen, and she's dreaming apparently. She's a little high. It's okay. Anyway, so that's kind of what I did. I went to my stash and of grab bag and remnant fabrics, and I found 12 that I wanted to use. And then what I did was I picked some colors out of my stash that I thought I would like to use in a particular pattern, but also only enough to get me started for NYE 12 by 12. Was not stressing about it at all. I also only did it for 45 minutes every hour so that I could get up and, you know, go to the bathroom and do, you know, have a snack, or, you know, talk to my children and, you know, that kind of thing, interact with the dogs. So that's what I did. And so let me show you what they all were. And so each one got about 40 to 45 minutes of stitching on them. And you know, they're smalls, so hopefully they will be finishes in 2024. We'll see. We're not going to get crazy though. Not going to get crazy. The first one is Words of Wisdom. And Nicola suggested, well, the model was stitched on Druid Blue by Legacy Linens. And then she had Soie d'Alger DMC and Soie 103 suggestion. And what I picked was a Picture This Plus. Uh-oh, I thought it had a tag. Well, I've lost my tag. And I don't remember what color this was. It was really pretty though. Oh, here it is. Haunted. It's Haunted Aida, 16 counts. Picture This Plus. And I just started up in the corner, and I picked a crew for my color. And that's what I got started on, that one. So that's number 1. Let me put these all back away, or I'm going to get all discombobulated, and I know that it's discombobulated, but discombobulated, but in my family we call it boobulated. A Tree Is Known was the second one. A Tree Is Known by Its Fruit. So pretty. And so this is just a remnant of, and all of these will be anywhere between 14 to 20 count, depending out of different grab bags, either from Be Stitch Me or Color and Cotton. yeah, I think that that's it. And or remnants of whatever I had left over. So that's what I did on that one. And the colors that I chose for this one were Weeks Dye Works Turkish Red, and then 831 and 3052 were the colors that I chose that I think are going to look good with this pattern. And I may need like one or two more, but this was enough to get me started. The third one is Accept What Is. So accept what is, let go of what was, have faith in what will be. And I just chose a white for this one. And that's what I got done on that. This is probably a 16 count white Aida. Nothing spectacular. And I chose a Silks for You pink and 926. So that's what I've chosen so far. And I think that I'm going to choose like more of a deeper pink for the words. And I think it's gonna look great. I'm excited. This one is As Our Heart. So this one says, as our heart summons our strength, our wisdom must direct it. It's really pretty. This also was just a remnant that I had. A big piece too. Just a big long piece that I had left over from some project, who knows. Or cut off, I mean, you know, because I don't finish a whole lot of things. But I started in with the blue, and for this one I chose two Silks for You, a red and a blue. They didn't have, these came out of, does she call them bit bags or something? And they're just random pieces of, or random skeins of silk that she puts in. And so that's where these came from. So this really bright blue and this vibrant red, I think that they look spectacular together. So, and looks good on the fabric. And sorry, if I don't put these away, I won't remember what colors go with what. Okay, the next one. See, I've already lost count of what numbers they were on. Carpe Diem. And this one, I actually took a, oh, this one's special. I just took a random piece of fabric and coffee dyed it. I took like 3 different pieces and coffee dyed them and baked them for a little bit to give it more of a little bit aged look. No, I did not iron. Could have ironed, I didn't. But I chose 729, 3829, and a Silks for You blue. So my gold and my blue for the Carpe Diem. And this one is a little special. So this one had rice stitches. So the capital C and the capital D both were rice stitches. And you guys, I did rice stitches. I did it. I have never done specialty stitches before, and normally I shy away from them because, well, I think most of the time they're more difficult on Aida, and I was never taught to do any specialty stitches. It's just X's or, you know, some 3/4 or 1/4 stitches and back stitching, right? So there wasn't a whole lot of, and French knots. I know how to do French knots, but other than that, there wasn't like the satin stitch or the rice stitch or the queen stitch or Algerian eyelets or anything like that. Like, I don't even know if I could do half of that on Aida, but I looked it up, found a video, watched this video several times, and managed to do it, and it looks good. It looks good. I love it. So I'm very proud of myself. Okay, the next one is, and I'm looking forward to getting back to that one too. Help one another. Oh, love this. These little birds, so cute. And this one, again, no idea the fabric. But I was going to show you the back. That's what I got done on that one. This was nice because it's just like, it's just a color and you just get going. And I chose 433, 930, and what is this? 935 as the colors for that. Okay, the next one is Where the Heart Is, and this is Home is Where the Heart Is. That's so pretty. And this one, oh, I wish I knew what fabric this was. It is so soft, and yeah, it's just so nice. So this one, let's see here. I just did a bit of the grass, the heart window, and the door. And so this one, the colors I chose for this were 3345, 3768, and 3347. And those, oops. So far, I do need to find a red, and honestly, I'm thinking the Silks for You red that was in one of the ones that I just showed you that's really nice and bright. I think that that's gonna look great. So some of these I will intersperse. Okay, the next one, oh yeah, Love Counts. This is so pretty. I love it as the roll. That is so pretty. So I took a, I don't remember. It's one of the, it's probably, not that one. Not that one. Let's see. I think that the color I chose was 93. Is that right? No. I'll have to go find it. I've obviously borrowed the color that I started with for this in another pattern. But I chose, this is just a, it was a antique white, I believe. And I took it, coffee dyed and baked this one and centered it so that this fabric will hopefully, whoever I take it to can work some serious magic and get it into a roll. But that's what I got done on that one. This one I struggled with because I didn't want too big of a piece and I couldn't find another piece that, anyway, making it work. They're smalls. Oh, I love this one too. Practice makes perfect. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at those bees. Love them. And so another piece of scrap fabric. And again, some of these I wish I knew what the name was, but so that's what I got done on that one. And the colors I chose for this one are 3822 and 844. And then I will get an anchor black for the bees outline, and I might need one more color. I might need one more color for that one. Not bad though. Oh my gosh, I love this one too. This is Politeness. So Politeness costs little, but yields much. That is so pretty. And this one, I kind of want to say that it's a chocolate Aida. I could be completely wrong. And it is up this way, right? Yes. So I did a middle start. I have a nice big piece of fabric for this, way bigger than I need, but did a middle start. And I am doing this in WIPS Dye Works Louisiana hot sauce. So Louisiana hot sauce, Turkish red, and there's a cherry one too. They are my favorite WIPS Dye Works reds. And I might even use this Louisiana hot sauce for the home. The house in the home is where the heart is. Who knows? Or it might be the silk one, Silks for You. I do have to say I really like the Silks for You. If you are looking for silks, not only are they a great price, but oh wow, they're beautiful. Their colors are just beautiful and it feels so nice. And you know what? I have no problem working on Aida with it. I don't have any, what is that? You know, when it frays. I have no fraying, I have nothing. It's great. Okay, this one is Speak Kindly. That one's loud. It's got a lot of bright color to it. I'm not really a bright color kind of girl, but we'll see. We'll see. So I started that one. This is the last piece of dyed fabric I did, and if I can hold it, that's almost true. So it was a very pale pink, and coffee baked this one, and yeah, and I had my choice of either side, but I really liked this side. And most of that you're not going to see. You're just going to see like the oval in the center. So this part down here you won't really see, and this you won't see very much. So really just kind of age this center part. Anyway, and this one I'm doing in 502 and 3806 so far. Then I've got to pick out a lot of other different colors. And then the final one, is this the final one? Yes. Think Twice. And let's see. I do it this way. It's this way. So that's where is that right? Maybe it's that way. Either way, that's what I got done in 45 minutes. And the colors I chose for this one so far are 356 and 500. So 500 is what the green for the vines. It's very pretty. So that is NYE 12 by 12, and that means 12 new starts and 12 new WIPS for 2024, because it's WIPS galore in 2024. I'm a doing all the WIPS. I'll talk about that later. Okay, what else did I work on in the month? Let's see here. I have a hashtag, which is Mira Monday Stitching. So every Monday, I, in the past, have taken a Mira and, you know, stitched on it until I felt like, whether I did it for the month or I did it for a couple of weeks or I did it for a week, it just really depended year by year how I was doing it. And this year I decided for my Mirabilias that every Monday I am going to choose, for the year, I chose WIPs that were fairly close to a finish or that I really wanted to finish in the year. And that is the only Mirabilia on Mondays that I am working on until it is done. And then once it is done, another WIP Mirabilia will come out that is very close to being done, so that there's a sense of accomplishment is really how I'm doing it. So the Mirabilia that I am doing on Mira Mondays, which is a hashtag on Instagram, Mira Monday Stitching or Mirabilia Monday or Mira Monday, they all apply. And if you do follow that hashtag or stitch and use that hashtag, if you also tag me, because you know Instagram does some funky things and I don't get to see everybody's, and every once in a while I stumble on them and I'm like, oh my gosh, I never got to see it, I didn't get to comment or heart or anything. And I love that you guys, you know, are doing Mira Monday and love mirrors as much as I do. So want to give some love out there. Anyways, the first one that I'm doing is April's Blue Diamond. This one I started, I believe that this April will be the second year, maybe it's the third year. I don't even remember at this point. But I started this for my birthday in April, and I would love to see her done this April for my birthday. So I have been working pretty hard on her. And if I have before pictures, so I will put the before picture up. And then this is what she looks like for January. And you know what? On Monday, this last Monday, I didn't get any stitching in on her. Mr. G and I had a lot of errands to do, and it was late, and I didn't feel like getting it done. So I'm gonna have to really double up in February and get a lot done. But that's where she is so far. So honestly, the majority of her bottom is done, and now I just need to do some blends. And then there's, of course, the Krynic and the beads that need to go in. And by Krynic, I mean Devil Floss, which means petite treasure braid, or as many petite treasure braids as I can use, convert from Krynic, Devil Floss. But she is coming along. I am in love with her. She's stunning, and I can't wait to start working up on her. So her bottom, she's almost there. So all of this white, or not white, but all of the pattern inside the white, that's all beads. She's gonna be stunning. So that is the first Mirabilia I worked on. Then Amy, Fiber Arts Amy and I have been working on this one, which is Garden Beauty. And we try to get together at least once a week and stitch on her together. And again, if I have a before, I will put that in. And this is where she's gotten to now. She's getting there. She is getting there. I love her. Now, I did have a question because I chose to put her in my scroll frame like this, so I could get her whole entire pattern, you know, her whole entire area is available like this. I'm gonna have to move her over just a touch so I can get better on this side. But this is called a have a frame. Let's see, does it say, where does it say? This is a have a frame. I know it is. Oh, there it is. It's a have a frame. And I purchased my have a frame from Craft Gallery. And my understanding is the have a frame is very similar to the roll a frame. And excuse me, it has teeth in the scroll rod, and for you to put your fabric in. The only thing that I don't like is that it is not drum tight. It's still very, very loose in here, and no matter what I do, I can't make it tight. And it doesn't matter if I put it in, you know, the correct way, or is that even the correct way? Like, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which way I put it in. It is not drum tight. And but it's doable. It's totally workable. And what I like is that this way, working on it this way, I can now put the petite treasure braid in, I can put the beads in, and I don't have to move anything, and I don't have to worry about crushing anything. So for this one it worked. And yeah, for this one it worked. That is what I got done on this one. And let's see, can I tell you what I'm working on this on? I think that this is this Honey? I think that this is Be Stitch Me's Honey. I think. The fabric, 16 count. But yes, working on that with Fiber Arts Amy. The next one is, sorry for the zip, is Mirabilia, the Forest Goddess. And this one I'm working with Sarah, Memphis Sarah E, and Amy, Fiber Arts Amy. And we get together really occasionally. We don't, you know, this is not one that we work on, you know, together. Just occasionally we will Zoom with each other and chit chat and work on her. Sarah almost has hers done and it's glorious. It is absolutely gorgeous. So maybe this is the one I'm working on, honey. Let me see if I don't know. I do not know. Better Notes are hot. Yes. Nope. This is done on Coffee Club by Be Stitch Me. So 16 count Coffee Club. My whole goal for 2024 is to be a lot more organized. Okay. Oopsie. Hello, Dankly. Shove that in there. All right. That is what I'll put a before picture in. And basically the last time we got together, I worked this. This is all I got done. I would love to get her out. I have other commitments that need to be done though first before I continue on her. But she's gorgeous. I love her colors. And okay, so I have her in my new almanac frames. I love the almanac frame. I'm going to tell you, for the money, yes, they are expensive. There's no question they're expensive. But for the money, oh my word, my fabric, can you guys hear that? It's drum tight. It's drum tight. I don't have any stretchers on here. I don't need any. It's drum tight. I love this thing. Yeah, I love this thing. I will be buying more almanac frames. Maybe Mr. G will buy me a few for my birthday. And I love them. I love them. I'm going to have to be very, very much convinced to buy any other scroll rods at this point. This has been great. Now, the only issue that I have had is when I worked on this with the gals, I had it in my Lowry stand. And it's a heavier frame. It's definitely got some sturdy weight to it. And it was fine for me because one edge went into my Lowry stand, the other edge rested on my armchair, the arm of my chair. And so it was at the perfect height, but that's not going to be sustainable. If I want to work on this in my bed or even in my craft room, I wouldn't be able to. So I am now looking for a stand, and I know that there is an almanac stand. That's not, I don't really want that one. So, but I will be working on finding a stand a floor stand or something that will support that one. So, but I am really, really happy with, like legitimately happy with it. Okay, and then I think the last piece that I worked on in any way, shape, or form in January or since my last video is Margaret Cottam, age 9, part 3. And you guys, I love this one. So let me show you. That is what the original looks like. And this is a pattern by La-Di-Da. This was in 3 parts, and this is a I wouldn't say it's an impossible one to find, but it is definitely a harder one to find. And when you do find it, it can be, it can cost money. And, but this is a beautiful, beautiful pattern. So I have been working on this on part 3. So let me put up the before and, oh, that's where she is now. I love her. I love her. So up here was part 1. Then let's get this down here. I believe that was fairly close to like part 2. And then let me see, is Margaret Cottam her name? No, it went all the way to Margaret Cottam, age 9, was part 2, I'm sorry. And now I am working on part 3, which is basically that there. And since the last time you saw it, I've gotten most of the house done. She just needs a little bit more of her roof and the door and the windows in. I finished the little shepherd. He needs his hook. And the bird that goes above the house here. A bit more of the tree needs to be done. And then the flowers that go around here, the rest of the border. Oh, and then one more line of the ground. And then I think she's done, and part 3 will go off to her new owner. And I am so thrilled. I'm hoping to get this done so that my favorite store that I go to will frame this up for me in February. So that's my goal. But is that not gorgeous? Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Maybe this is the honey. Yes, it is. This is Be Stitch Me Honey. And this is in, is this 18 count? Let's see. 18 count, yes. 18 count honey by Be Stitch Me fabric. Can I just tell you how much I love her fabric? It's fantastic. And this was the best color ever for this one. So I'm super, super excited to get this done. Really am. And then have her new owner finish her part 3, because I'm pretty sure she finished part 1 and 2. And I'm excited to see hers as well. So, holy goodness, that's all I worked on in end of December and January. So not horrible, but I'm hoping that there will be a little bit more stitching in February. I am going back to Washington in February for the littles' school break, and so there will be different kind of stitching, things that I can take on the road with me, possibly those smalls. That would be awesome. All right, so let's go on to haul. Okay, so I have 2 clubs that I'm still in, and one is the Garon Toten bag, and so this was January's project bag of the month. And I'm telling you, if you are looking for a project bag maker and a project bag of the month, I mean, Gary and Ronnie makes the bags, and he does a beautiful job. It's gorgeous. But anyways, this is the bag for January. That is the inside cover. Beautiful. It's just so beautiful. I know that they have a waiting list, and it's fairly easy, honestly, to get on it, and within a couple of months, I think he tries really hard to get that waiting list down. So that's awesome. And then, yeah, the only other thing that I can say is I have more bags than I have. Okay, I don't have more bags than I have projects, but at some point I am going to have more bags than I need. And well, I'm already there. And you know, when I leave this earth, my children are going to look at all of these like kitted up bags with all these projects in it and go, what are we supposed to do with it? And I'm afraid to tell them they're about $20 to $25 a bag, some of them even more, depending on who made them. And I'm afraid to tell them like how much I've actually invested just in bags. Let's not go there. Anyways, if you're looking for a bag maker, highly recommend Ronnie. And then I am in Be Stitch Me's 20 count neutral Aida club. And so this was December's fabric of the month, which was Into the Veil. And no, I didn't take it out, sorry. But it's kind of this really pretty greeny gray, very nice neutral color. I love it, love it. And did I mention how much I like Bee Stitch Me's fabrics? Well, let's continue with Bee Stitch Me. So Brandy has an Instagram, she has a website, and she's on Facebook. And on Facebook, her Facebook group, she has Friday Fight Night. Friday Fight Night, I think it is. Or Friday Fight Night. It doesn't matter. She has a fight night. And so what she does is she uploads a bunch of albums with different fabrics in them. And she does aidas, different counts of aidas in each album. She does linens, even weaves, like the whole deal. And on a certain Friday, I think she does it once a month. Sometimes not every month, but for the majority, it's once a month. And she announces it well in advance. And man, it is worth it. I mean, her fabrics are, I don't think that there's a discount on the fabric price. I don't think. But it's just kind of fun because they're ready to go. They're all fabrics that have been dyed and ready to go. And so no waiting. And yeah. And like I said, she has a website as well. Now, when I've been buying from Brandy since pretty close to the beginning of when she started dyeing, and way before her store, just everything, right? And when Friday Fight Night came, you could get several pieces of fabric. It was not as hard. Well, then girl blew up, and it was hard. You would get in there and everything would be gone, and you're like, oh, what? And which is not a problem because Brandy will dye, you know, a fabric, and it might be a 6 to 8 week process, or however long her website says now. And well worth it, in my opinion. Her fabrics are beautiful, well priced. It's awesome. So anyways, I was on Facebook one day and she announced that she was going to have a Friday Fight Night. And I was like, okay, let me try my luck. And y'all know, if you've been following me for a while, that 20 count is now my 100% love. I love 20 count Aida. I'm working my way into the 22 count Aida. And then I'm working my way into 25 and 28 count. Is it even weave? Or, you know, for hates and things like that, more full coverage. But yes, I'm working my way in there. I will never be a linen stitcher. I just can't. I can't. We don't even need to discuss. It's fine. But when Brandy had them, I was like, okay, let me, you know, go and see what she has. So I went into the 20/22 album, Aida album, and all the 20s were gone. All of them were gone. But I managed to get 2 22 Aidas, 22 count Aidas. And they are both in the color Tundra. I hope you can see this, but do you see how different the coloring is on both of those? They're the exact same color, exact same fabric, but her dyeing and the shading and everything, it's awesome. It is awesome. So I managed to get those 2 pieces from her Friday Fight Night, and I am looking forward to using the 22 count Aida. Then a couple of times a year, Brandy announces a grab bag sale that she does, and it is all of the little remnants from the cuts of her Fabric of the Month Club, or special, you know, special dyes, or whatever she's got online. And so they're just the extras. And so when she has a sale, I'm a buy-in because I love her little grab bags. They're a perfect size for smalls. And like I said in the beginning, the NYE 12 by 12, a lot of those fabrics came from grab bags from either Color and Cotton or Brandy Bee Stitch Me fabrics. And so it was awesome. So I snagged 4 Aida, and what she does in her grab bags is, if you pick an Aida, it is all different types, all different colors, so you'll get from 14 to 20 or maybe 22 count Aidas, and they will be in random colors. So these are, and so these were the 4 different packs I got. You get 5 to 6 pieces of fabric in each, and they're, you know, like they're here, let me pull one out here. They're a pretty good size. So here is, you know, a small size, and here is one that's just a little bit bigger, you know. So they're serged in some spots. They're not fully serged, and the other thing is that there's no name to them. So if you know, are like, hey, I would love to know what the name is, you might need to go on the website and match up the color, or, you know, maybe Brandy could tell you, but they are not labeled. And for me, I don't care, because they're smalls and it doesn't matter. They're one-offs for me. So now here's the other thing. If you are thinking about trying Brandy's fabrics and you don't know, you know, but maybe you just want to try, the next time she has a grab bag sale, I highly recommend, you know, pulling out, trying one of those, because they're awesome. And then Brandy sent me a few skeins of her silks. Now, I used to be in her Silks of the Month club, and I stopped, which I regret, because her silks are beautiful. They're so lovely, and so reasonably priced. Oh, stinkingly reasonably priced. And what else do I want to say? But anyways, the reason why I stopped was because I just had so many, and at the time I was not confident enough on taking and converting colors or anything like that. And so I had all these silks, and the designers weren't using them. So I was like, oh, what do I do? Like, I've got all these silks and I don't know how to convert. So I stopped, and I kind of regret that I did, but it's okay, because again, I can either go back into her club or just purchase online. But her silks are beautiful. Okay, so these colors, in case you would like to know: Blood Moon, Nebula, Peacock. I love Peacock. Guardian. Seriously blind without my glasses on. And Witchy. So beautiful, beautiful fabrics. So thank you so much, Brandy. You know, honestly, there's people that I just will continue to shout out because their customer service is awesome. Their items are awesome, and I love them. So if you are looking for a fabric dyer, recommend her. All right, and then you guys, you know, Facebook and Instagram are very dangerous things. And so I think it was on Instagram, and I saw these beautiful bags. No, they're not bags, they're folders that a lady was doing. So, you know, I'm like, I need to check that out. And so her name on Instagram is @JulieJustSews. I will link this information down below. And she makes these folders out of vintage fabrics and like vintage items that, you know, have crocheted or more embroidered edges and things like that. And then she incorporates that into some fabrics and puts them together as a folder. And so she had a preview sale to see, I think, how it was going to go, how people were going to respond, and hotcakes. Girl went, you know, we love Julie, we love your stuff. And very obviously. So then she did a couple of teasers on some new folders that she was putting together, and when she was going to put them up for sale, and she sells them through her website, which again, I will need to link below because I don't remember what it is. But she had a few folders, and I got lucky and was able to snag one. Now I had 2 in my cart, but ultimately I decided just on this one. And so it came fast shipping, wonderfully packaged. Oh my goodness. But this cute little folder here. So this is the front. This is the back. And then this is the inside. You guys, like, I don't know anything about sewing, but I do know something about quality and professionalism. And this is professional. It is professional. And so really beautiful. So there's a side pocket over here. There's a side pocket over here. Then there's a couple of little teeny tiny pockets here for you to put your scissors in, or, you know, your accoutrements that you need. And then a little thread and needle area here. So beautiful. Well worth it. I think Julie is going to blow up. Oh, and then I'm sorry, there's also a little zipper area here with another little pocket. This is perfect for like a small chart, you know, like one of the smaller Brenda Gervais or Lizzie and Kate, or you know, any of the smaller patterns. This is a great little folder on the go. Love this. And then she also included, oops, dropped it on the floor. She also included this really cute little tag. Super cute. I will put that on my bag, one of my bags, and well worth it. So when you see her on Instagram posting that she is, you know, making these folders and putting them together, highly recommend you go check her out. And then I did do two, well, I've probably done more than that, but two that I remember. Charts off of Etsy. And you guys, I just have to tell you how sweet these people are. So the first one is Mojo Stitches, and it is a sampler called Echoes of a Garden. Let me see if I can bring that up properly. There we go. Oh my word, is that not gorgeous? Let's see. Oh, no, that's even worse. Okay, there we go. It is gorgeous, and Joanna is the designer behind Mojo Stitches, and she is lovely. We conversed a couple of times. This pattern is just, oh my gosh, like, look at, there's a little snail. Okay, goodness sakes, come on. Uh-oh, there we go. There's a little snail. You see that little snail on the bottom there? And oh golly, they're just so cute. And the lady, oh. So anyways, I think she designed this pattern for her birthday, and she was selling it as, you know, her birthday pattern. And I was conversing with her. She is lovely. Her customer service is wonderful. I love, she's got some beautiful things, beautiful charts on her Etsy store, which I will link below. I highly, oh, there's so many patterns that I would like to get. Maybe on my birthday, I will buy another pattern, because, well, we'll get to that. But yes, so highly excited about that pattern. Then the next one that I bought, and this is, you know, of course, people's fault on Flosstube. There was, or maybe it was Instagram, I don't remember, but this is from Vivsters. From Vivsters, and she is doing flags of the world and charting them up. And because I'm Canadian, I chose the Canadian flag. And I think that this is just stunning. This is so pretty. And I cannot wait to get this done. And again, great customer service. Her name is Vivian. And is it Powers or Powell? Something like that. Vivian, anyways. And just absolutely a gorgeous flag. And I know that she's done several different flags of the world, and that if she has not already done a flag of your country, my understanding is that you can request it, and she's working on them. So and apparently there's a hashtag. I don't remember what it is, but I think that there's a hashtag for people who are working on any of the flags. So those are the two patterns that I chose actually in December, and I forgot to talk about them in my last video. So speaking of, so I just want to do a buyer beware. And this is a little difficult for me because I don't like, I don't do a lot of negativity at all on my channel, or try to limit any negativity, and always, do a lot of positive shout outs and store recognition and that kind of thing. And I had a bit of a disappointing purchase. And, I always shout out stores in positive lights. And I think that we as a community may do some disservice to stitchers by not saying anything about a negative experience in a positive light. So, I'm not out to, damage anybody or anything like that. I just would like to do a buyer beware on a store, online store that I had an issue with. So a little bit of background. For the Queen City Stitch Retreat that I went to, my table mates and I decided that we were going to do a pattern together. And I'm the procrastinator in the group, and so everybody else already got their charts and we're starting to stitch on it. And I was like, oh, Lisa, you best get yourself together, right? So I typed it into Google, and the first store that popped up that said that they had this pattern in stock was Stitching Bits and Bobs. And so on December 10th, I made my purchase. I bought that chart, and then, as we all know, charts should never come alone. And so I bought some friends for it to travel with, and went through the site. The site looked great. Everything looked great, right? Paid, got a confirmation email basically saying we received your order. Fantastic. It gets to the end of December, and I realize I haven't received this package yet. And so, I talked to the gals, and yep, hadn't received it. So January 9th, I think, I reached out. So I waited until after the holidays, after the new year, because, I understand, shops close down for periods of time. I mean, brick and mortar and online, like, we all have lives, right? And so I waited just in case, and reached out via email, just asking about the status of my order, and did not get a response. So, okay, I can understand, life gets busy and things get, left behind, and I do it myself. And so I was like, all right. So then I, started talking to a few of my friends in the community and asking whether or not I was unreasonable in my thinking. And I got a resounding no. And so, okay, so I thought, all right, well, I will reach out one more time and see, how things are going. And so I did about a week and a bit ago. And as of today, I still have not received a response. Now, I can understand that, emails go to spam. I can understand that, emails can get lost, or you think that you have responded to them. I also understand that packages get lost in the mail. What I do not understand for businesses is customer service, lack of customer service. And so I think I have done my due diligence on reaching out twice. I think that I've given a good amount of time. I mean, we're talking, what now, 6 weeks? And I still have not seen my product. And so I will take next steps, which is really trying to get my money back. And, but I just want to do a buyer beware, that if it is okay for us to shout out stores, online stores, brick and mortars, friends, and you guys all know I buy from everywhere. If you followed me for any length of time, I purchase a lot of stuff. And I will say, in the 4 years that I have been doing this particular channel, I have had maybe 2 less than stellar purchases, I guess. But it is always being resolved. And I have never actually said about those things. I just don't. I choose not to say anything. And then it occurred to me one day that, you know, if somebody had already told me that there may have been an issue with this store, I would have taken a different avenue and not spent my money and hoped that the items got to me. Yeah, I would have taken a different avenue. And so if I had known, and if somebody else had said, look, I also have an issue, or I've had this issue. And so I'm just doing you know, we all care about where our dollars are going, right? And so I'm just buyer beware. And so hopefully, all right. So if you have hung out with me this long, I have one more bit of haul, and you guys, you're gonna die. Okay, so if you heard my 2024 plans, I did say in there that, you know, I was going to try to limit my spending this year, that it was really important to me to start going through my own stash. And that's when my hashtag WIPS galore in 24 or WIPS galore in 2024, either one, kind of came to me. I know a lot in the community are trying to whip down, and here I am like, start all the whips. I want to, you know, I bought these things because I liked them, and I wanted, obviously, to stitch on them. And whether it was fabric or floss or charts, and to have them languishing in baskets and bags and drawers and cupboards and all of those things seems silly to me. And so if I have it and I have all the things that are kitted up for it, I want to get something on it. And that's not to say that I'm going to start everything in 24, but I would like to start a good amount. Do I have a lot of whips already? Yes. Am I going to add more? Yes, because whips galore in 2024. Well, I was going to curb my spending, and I have for the most part, but I kind of blew it a little bit because I got on Facebook, and I am part of a D-Stash group, a couple of D-Stash groups on Facebook. And I was scrolling along, and I came across this one post, and I was like, no, Lisa, you don't need anything. You don't need anything. But the post was like this lady who was putting a bunch of very lovely charts, and about 10 of them in an envelope, in a priority size envelope, sealed, so you have no idea what you're getting, and she's not taking requests, and for $25. And I was like, no, you don't need to grab an envelope of like things that you have no idea what's going to be in there, and you may not want to stitch. You don't need it, Lisa. You don't need it. Well, then I started reading the comments. I was gonna go buy, and then I read the comments, and somebody in there said, I helped put these together, and there is great stuff. I was like, well, on that recommendation, how do you pass that by? So can I stop at one? No, because charts, they may have 10 charts in there and they're all coming together, but I don't think that one envelope should travel by itself either, apparently. So I bought 4 of them. And I did a teaser on Instagram for 4 days on the patterns that were in each envelope. But if you are not on my Instagram, how about we go through them, and we'll try and do this really quick. The thing that I also did not realize, and you guys, the envelopes were well over worth $25, well over. Many, not all, but quite a few were already kitted as well. So they had the linen, they had the floss, or they had the accoutrements that went with them or something. Again, not every single one of them, but quite a few. And this is one of them. This is Willing Hands Needlework Design Toy Chest Jack in the Box Emery. And this one was completely kitted up. It even has a little spring. That was awesome. The Designer Series Prairie Schoolers, the 4 Seasons. Nice cardboard. Chart, Strawberry Thief Ornamental from Nostalgic Needle. Super cute. This one, it's called This Is an Old-Fashioned Feeling. And it's a book that is by Annie Designs Inc. And inside there were a bunch, there's just a bunch of paper patterns, but when I was going through it, there was a piece that is almost done. It's done on Aida. The only thing that it needs is, this is a copy of this one. It needs the French knots, and then there's a bit of color for the flowers. And then that's it. It's done. It is done. Unfortunately, did not have the DMC or whatever floss was used. So I'm just gonna look at the pattern and hope that she used the DMC colors and finish it. And then have it framed, because I think that that's really sweet. Oh, the reason why these were being done, and I don't know exactly the story, but whether it was the lady who is selling them because it was a friend who maybe had passed on, and so she had her stash, or the lady had a brick and mortar and it got closed, or an online store and it got closed, and was selling off on behalf of her friend. I'm not entirely sure what the case is, but regardless, I got a bunch of good stuff. This is Ladies Packet Needlefuls Spectacular Packet by Kathy Campbell. That's pretty. And then there's a picture on the back as well. I think goes with it. Don't know. This is Priscilla's Pocket Connecticut Pin Pillow. It's pretty. This is a signed copy by Karen Kluba of Rosewood Manor, Pots of Flowers. And I thought that this would be really, really cute because you could take every one of these motifs possibly and you can make them into pillows. It would be really cute. You don't have to make it all as. The chart. This is Hester's Needle, Sarah Hawthorne sampler. This one's got a lot of specialty stitches in it, so this is not one I would be doing. And I will say, of all these envelopes, 2 of them were like completely all up my alley. 2 of them were not as up my alley. There were a few patterns in there, but there was a lot that I wouldn't be able to stitch on Aida. And so they will eventually either get destashed myself or as giveaways. This is Not Forgotten Farm Samplers. Not Forgotten Farm Samplers. A checkerbird. I love that checkerbird. It's cute. And then this is Cherished Stitches, a sentimental scissors case with a fob. So that was in envelope. Well, one of the envelopes. I don't think I'm going through it the way that it was, the way I opened it. And that actually is one of the envelopes that it was not as much up my alley. Not to say that there is not great stuff in there, especially for somebody else who would appreciate it. So this is Katie's Purse by Julia Punti, and I'm not even going to bother with the second one. I don't know, I'd butcher it, but GPA. Is that not cute? And what was really sweet about this one is that inside, so sorry for the noise, inside, so on the back here, you see that there's this mother of pearl ruler, and then there's these little pins. And the ruler and the pins were kitted up in here. And so here is the little mother of pearl ruler. Is that not cute? It's got a 1, a 2, and a 3-inch marking on it. It's beautiful. This little, just the ruler alone was $10. And then it came with these pins. Are they not pretty? And they were $7. And then the chart itself was $18 from the Silver Needle. So I thought that that was really, really pretty. Yeah, like right there, there's your $25, well, more. So I thought that was really pretty. Then there's this Sarah Wilson by the Scarlet Letter. Sarah Wilson, 1837. Oof. That one I'm hoping will be something I can do. This is Black Squirrel Scissors Purse by Needle Made Designs, and it is kitted up. Is this with Gloriana Silks? Yes, Gloriana Silks. So it's kitted up with that. And I kind of had to giggle because I have this hand. Mary Ann Gollins sampler. This is a big girl. She's 358 by 414. I don't know who this is done by, but I do love that it says up at the top, not for the beginner. I'll have to go through and find out why it's not for the beginner. Is it because there's 1/1, or there's some specialty stitches, or just because it's a big girl? I don't know. It's pretty. My Lady's Needle, M. Woods, 1758. I love that one too. So pretty. It's a lot of 1/1 words. I think that's 1/1. It's pretty though. The Scarlet House, Martha Pudsey, 1835. This one's Historic Stitches, Acorn Harvest Sampler and Accessories. And this one came with the little acorn charm. Cute. What's this one? Spring Mist by Earth Threads. Some of these band samplers I wouldn't be able to do because they have a lot of, like, this one has Bosnia stitch, Algerian eyelets, herringbone, oblong, Smyrna's, rice, and Queen Anne's. Yeah. Heart and Hand spring fobs. Another cardstock chart. And then Patriotic Patchwork. And this one is signed by the designer. And it's called a Patriotic Sampler and Needlework Smalls. And I think, is this an OOP? No, just autographed. And again, I think that this one would be cute. You could take out some of these areas and just make them either into a standalone little piece or a pillow. I think that would be really cute. So that was a second envelope. Sorry for the noise, but again, if I don't put these things away, well, I guess I don't need to keep them in their envelopes, but whatever. This is an Acorn Sampler by Earth Threads. And again, this one. Probably do a giveaway for in the future. My Lady's Needle, Jenny Brimmer. I think I did check this one, and this is one I can do. I think. This one's Carnations in Bloom by Tristan Brooks Designs. And this one is also kitted up with some silks and the fabric. Pretty. Mystic Needlework Smalls by the Victoria Sampler. And this one came with the accoutrements. So it came with the Karen Water Lilies, Gloriana's, Krynic, needle, NPI, some silk ribbons, and some beads and charms and things. Seems like a lot of work. How Great the Blessing by Catherine C. Theron. I think I also looked at this one, and I might be able to do this one, even though this is, I believe this might be 1/1, but there's no reason why either you can't put like maybe some more flowers in there, or just put something else word-wise. 2/1. 1/2. I'll get it. And it was kitted up with the fabric, the linen, and some fancy needles. Theron Traditions. This is Needles and Pins Wedding Sampler. And I looked at this and I was like, oh, I like this too. I have probably like 3 or 4 different wedding samplers that I've like all set aside. And I'm like, oh, I like that one. Oh, I like that one. They're all huge. There's no way I need all of them. I'm just going to have to do like maybe eeny meeny. Pick one. This is a Spot Motif Sampler Ornament by Catherine C. Theron. There's a lot of Catherine C. Theron in these envelopes. So whoever owned these must have really liked that designer. I've never heard of them before. And this one was also all kitted up with the floss fabric and then the board to make it into the ornament. This is Long Dog Samplers 10th Anniversary Foursome Reel. And it is a signed copy by Julia. This is Spot Motif Sampler Ornament 2 by Catherine C. Theron. Yep. And then there's this Tin Topper Tin of the Month Club, and this is June's by Samplers and Such. Very cute. So that was the third one. I feel one of those also was an OOP. Maybe it's in another. Maybe it's in another. The other envelope. And then the last one. This is Patricia Ann by Indigo Rose. Nice big band sampler. This is Strawberries for You by Midsummer Night's Designs. Almost said Midsummer Night's Dreams. Nope, Designs. Isn't that pretty? That's really cute. This is Stitches by Sherry, Tapestry of Color. Pretty. This is the Queen's Sweet Bag by The Nostalgic Needle. Oh my gosh, look at those colors. Is that not gorgeous? That is really pretty. This is Sheepish Designs Virtue's Way, 44th exemplary. I think I looked at this. They used satin stitch in here, I think. Yeah, there's a satin stitch border. I don't know what, oh, and these are 1/1. There's some 1/1. Yeah, The word days over here, that's 1/1. I think it can be recharted to 2/1, right? Words of Praise. This is the Creation Sampler. I have another Words of Praise. I love them. I'm a little intimidated, but I really want to work on that. This is the Golden Garden Sweet Bag. That's really pretty, and it came completely kitted up with the fabric, Krynic, the silk. Oh my gosh, the silks in here are glorious. There's some glorious stuff in there. This is Snippets of Old Adam and Eve by Homespun Elegance. Love that. 100% doing that. And it was all kitted up with the floss. And then there was the Prairie Schooler Band Samplers. And that's a nice cardboard stock one. And Rosewood Manor, Karen Kluba, My Two Ducks. Also cardstock. So I thought that I would also do a giveaway, and we'll give away these 2 patterns as well. So if you are interested in them, again, I'll just ship anywhere. It's just an envelope. If you are interested in the Prairie Schooler Band Samplers, let's say band, B-A-N-D, band. And if you are interested in My Two Ducks, let's just go with duck. D-U-C-K. So if you are interested in any of the 3 giveaways that I have, you know, normal rules apply. Please be 18 so I can have your address. Please don't say giveaway in your comments. You know, I would love it if you were a subscriber, but let's be honest, I am too lazy to check, but I would love that. What else? Is that all? Yeah. And just know that, you know, obviously if it does not get to you after I have sent you an email saying that I have sent it to you, and it gets lost in the mail, I'm not responsible for that. I may be slow getting things out, but when I tell you, send you a confirmation saying that I have sent it, it has gone out. And for my previous winners, I 100% apologize. Yes, no, your stuff did not go out. Again, sick in January, did not leave my house. And so I will get them out. They are going out on Friday. I have a bunch of packages and Friday is the day, and I will send you emails to let you know. So, yeah, so I think that that's the, you know, if you are interested, those are the words you're going to say. So for the first one, it was bird, B-I-R-D. For the prairie schooler, band, B-A-N-D. And for the ducks, D-U-C-K. Okay, I think that is all of that. Now I do have the winner. Uh-oh, where's the chart? I have a winner for, oh my goodness, how did I lose the chart? Oh, for realies. Oh, no, I didn't. For my last video, I had this little lavender and lace pattern that I was giving away, and the word was girl. And so this morning I chose the winner, and it is L_justice. And I'm going to put a picture here of the winner, and we'll mention it in my description as well. And so congratulations, L_justice, on winning this lavender and lace. What is it called? The alphabet? What is it called? Enchanted Alphabet pattern. If you would send me an email to my email and let me know, and I will get this off in the mail to you. And congratulations on not only watching my channel, but starting your first Mira, Lady of the Mist. I'm so excited for you. So I'm glad that you found me and watched me because of the Mirabilias. That's awesome. All right. Okay, and then the very last thing is a Flosstube shout out. So I love to watch Flosstube, I think as many of us do, and I try and find new channels or new to me channels, and I came across one the other day, and it just came up as, I think, a recommendation potentially. I'm not entirely sure, but I am a little confused, you guys, why this particular Flosstuber is not more well known. Her name is Emmy, and her channel is Mission Stitch, and I will link that also below. And when I say I'll link that, you know, give me a couple of days, because honestly, for, you know, the standard stuff, I will get in there, but all of the other things, when I watch my video back, I will have to put in what I talked about. And so it may take me a couple of days. But anyways, her name is Emmy, Mission Stitch. She has like 26 or 28 videos so far. She has been a Flosstuber for, like, I want to say 2 years, maybe even, yeah. And she has under 500 followers. I don't understand why. I found her Whip Parade album or video, and it was fantastic. She's got a lot of the same kinds of things that I stitch. Some mirrors, she's got beautiful things, you guys. Not all mirrors. And she's lovely. She is calm. She is She is lovely. Her stitching is beautiful. She has quite a bit of it. Her channel is well put together. Like, please go show her some love. It was awesome. She impressed me so much that while she may have 20 some odd videos, I'm going to binge them. I started watching last night her first video, her intro video. She's from Salt Lake, Utah. Yeah, beautiful stitching. Go give her a watch, please. I don't understand why she doesn't have more subscribers for the amount of videos that she has and the beautiful stitching she's got. So anyways, welcome Emmy to the Flosstube community, and I do hope that you get more views to your channel because it's deserved as far as I'm concerned. So, all right, is that it? Yes, that's it. So, for plans for February, I will be doing some stitching on April's Blue Diamond. I hope to finish up Margaret Cottam, age 9. By La-di-da. I am going to do a stitch with me. Oh my gosh, I'm hungry and tired. I have the pattern. I'm really excited about it, and I'm gonna put it on my almanac frame. I'm really excited about it. And then hopefully I'll get some of the little smalls done, and yeah, and maybe a couple of new starts from this plethora of patterns that I have, or some patterns from the attic I did when I went there in October, or from the Silver Needle, or wherever I went, all the places I went and picked up beautiful things. So yep. So anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed, and that if you are not a subscriber yet, you consider subscribing after all of this. And I thank you so much for taking the time and watching me, and I hope that I will see you again. And until then, hugs and stitches to you all.